WrestleQuest back with an update. We were just talking about this in a short. Make sure you go check it out, man. How Sting's son, Stephen Borden Jr., in my opinion, is leaps and bounds ahead of AJ Styles' son when it comes to being prepped in the business properly and, comment. It's a whole debate discussion, man, as he's making his unofficial debut with dark matches and all that. As a late apologies with the background noise, guys, but, this was leaps and bounds ahead of AJ Styles' son. And this is in the wake of this news of him not breaking down. He's too good to break down the ring. I'm the son of AJ Styles. I'm a legacy wrestler. You think you're going to catch me? This is obviously, I'm paraphrasing in my own head with this, but these are the vibes I think a lot of people are getting with all this. You know what I mean? As we heard AJ Styles taking up for his son. Like, hey, he was hired to wrestle, not break down a ring. And it's like many individuals, that's part of what they do coming into business, putting in work, sweat, tears, carrying on tradition, respect, right? Obviously, there's things in the pro wrestling world where it can go a bit too far with the respect and hazing, if you will. But breaking down a ring is not part of it. In the Hannibal's video, he was talking about how Jimmy Hart in his fucking 80s, they had pictures of him breaking down a ring, right? R.I.P. to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He was saying Neidhart was like, yo, I'm going to get my cardio and do my thing. You know what I mean? So just like, this is character, being a stand-up guy, and just his son not doing it. I just don't see how it doesn't rub everyone the wrong way, and I just don't get what AJ Styles is talking about. But here we got this tweet here. Make sure you join the debate in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But you see AJ Styles, this is in response to this tweet from A Tribe Called Stress. And once again, apologies with the background noise, guys. I'm bringing you this content on the run. As always, over here we just talk about pro wrestling, breaking news, old stuff, new stuff, reacting to matches, etc. It's all about hearing from you guys, the people, so tap in. But AJ Styles says, it's funny, as I was talking to Book It Gabe, literally tonight, he talked about the ring crew that Ring of Honor used. That's why we never had to set up or break down the ring. Not even the chairs. Want to guess the crew that GCW hired to do that? And that was in response to this tweet here. A Tribe Called Stress said, I get that every parent wouldn't want their child to go through what they had to go through, traveling around the country to wrestle for a hot dog and a handshake. But didn't ROH make you set up and take down the ring? Isn't that part of the quote-unquote dues Natty was talking about? And you've seen what he just said. They never had to. So AJ didn't do it neither. You know what I mean? So take from that what you will. I still don't get why he's not looking at it like, hey, my son, maybe his path's a little different than mine. Like, I don't know. I can't believe he's not like, hey, realizing his son is looking like a privileged prick, unless you don't think that's what it is. But then he's saying, no, I never had to neither. Do you guys think there's some cap in his rap with this, that he's full of shit, that he's lying? But check out the responses here. A Tribe Called Stress says, my bad. I didn't realize that you didn't set up a wrestling ring. I assumed you did. I guess it was just Punk, Danielson, and Rollins that I remember had all talked about having to set up and take down wrestling rings during their early days in the independent scene. So do you think with that response, he's saying you're full of shit? Or just saying, oh, wow, I guess you had it different, or what? Tap in. Then John Smith says, why is this still a controversy? Obviously, your kid is talented. Obviously, it's not his job to take the ring down or put it up. Why don't they have crews to do all that? I mean, we get that, but sometimes it just goes that way, right? Like, hey, we need a guy. You know what I'm saying? You're new. Let's go. Put in some work. It's like people forget that there's a thing called a ring crew. So a couple people sticking up for him. And I don't know. My take, go tap into the video that I did. It's one of my recent shorts. I'm just saying, you look at someone like Sting and the way his son's being broke into the business versus, and we're not even just talking about the in-ring thing, versus AJ Styles' son. Respect, character, all that, and the way AJ's handling this. It's just two different stories, if you ask me. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, I don't claim to know everything, to have it all right. But it just is like not a good look what's going on here. And then AJ's comments are making it even worse for his son, really. You know, it's like maybe he shouldn't even said anything. Someone says, AJ, we get it. He doesn't need to pay any dues. Nepotism at its finest. Paying dues is a term that has been co-opted by dirtbag promoters to try and scam free labor out of naive talent. That's not true, is it? I mean, I'm not saying maybe that doesn't happen, that people don't do that at times, but at the end of the day, paying dues is paying dues in any line of work, in any tradition, in a million different ways. So I'm not agreeing with that one, but I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But to just purely say that's what it is, fluck out of here. Will Johnson says, Bud, it's simple. If everyone else is expected to do it, so is your kid. If another 19-year-old was there and had no skin in the game and was expected to help out and didn't, none of you would be defending it. That's what the issue is. Free passes on things expected from others. Hit the nail on the head right there with that one. What's this one say? From Referee Clark says, folks in the comments assume Ring Crew is a paid gig. The time I did Ring Crew for ROH, it was basically free admission, a chance to network, and a bunch of cuts from those metal barricade signs. LOL. It seemed like they'd use a local school and then some of their lower card guys. So you see what he's saying. His time in the business, everyone's talking about this Ring Crew. These guys weren't getting paid. They were trying to get their foot in the door as well. Paid is a in quote type thing. We'll finish with these last comments on the screen here, and then we'll close it on out. But once again, close in them comments with your comment. Subscribe, tap in. I don't know, even the more going into this, it's like AJ Styles' son looks like a douchebag, and AJ's making it worse once again. And it just says a lot about one's character, the way they were raised, man. Parenting is, side conversation here. Parenting is harder than ever these days. The internet fucked everything up. Society did a total 360 on things like respect and ish like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, there's a lot of things back in the day with mental health and how hard society and our parents were on us and such, but it's went, instead of just lightening up and tapping into certain aspects of things and changing it, it's kind of went total 360 where kids are catered to and babied, and the system is going along with it, and it's really creating a culture of disrespect, mayhem, and chaos. Straight up, man. Dude, stop trying to defend your son being entitled. Do people think that wrestlers want to help out the ring, or do they do it to put up their name out and get a reputation from other and get booked on the end? Honest question. It never been about paying dues. It's about getting booked. So a good point there. Sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do, and you do it for the reasons to get your name out there, to just not be a bitch, and to show people too, you'll bust your ass. You're a stand-up guy. Eric Cannon is quite literally the worst promoter I've ever come across. He held on to a strong 300 people or so fan base in Minnesota, but the rest of the city despises him and his business practices. LOL. Took me doing one event in his city to see this and witness this, shaking my head. And then last comment, and then we're out of here. Ring of Honor notoriously had trainees at the school recruit fans to break down the ring after the show. Nothing like paying money to attend a show and then getting bossed around by Rhett Titus and yelled at if you try to take a break to tell Matt Seidel his match was good. So that's going to do it for this one. You know, again, this all just says a lot about a lot, in my opinion, and, you know, where we're at in society as well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you think I'm jumping out the window with that one, but I'm telling y'all, it's a real different world we're living in these days. And with that being said, I'm gone. Much love. Look forward to see your guys' take on it all. And I'm going to see you on the next video. Subscribe. I'm gone.